I should start with incorporate the question within the answer, and I'm ready to go if you want to cover. Okay, and I'm looking at you, Vittorio. Okay. When I found myself in the middle of the protest, I had my camera for my personal use. I was there for 35 days. We all felt that they were not going to vote for the memorandum, so I brought the camera in order to celebrate the so-called denial of the Greek government to allow the IMF, to take over the country. So I was shooting randomly, and I had a lot of material for the 2 days. So when I got home, when I started editing the material, I realized how to do a documentary on this. I worked in a process as a sculptor rather than a painter. What I mean by this is like when you do a documentary or a film, it's a synthesis process. You have a line and narration, and you go so on and so forth, you gather your material. This was much of sculpture, and I had the material in there, and I knew the movie was in there, the story to be told was in there, so I was trying by editing to, sort of allow that to come forth by removing stuff. And then it clicked on me that I should not have a narration line in the background. I felt a strong urge to translate what the people were saying and what, the stories that they were being told by the megaphones in the square. And after that, I did not want to have any perspective. In other words, I didn't put narration for a simple reason. I think this is a monumental time for history itself, because it's the first time that we're going to have a country that is going to be managed. That's, to me, it's the New World Order. So I sort of decided to start with an essay in the beginning of the movie where it says my belief on the whole thing, which is this is the New World Order. Countries are going to be managed. Democracy is going to be banned. And I let it be as something that future generations are going to take it and make a documentary upon this documentary. So that's why I did not put a narration line. So it's raw, it's the truth, it's a documented fact, it happened. You see people fighting one another, you see how siblings, behave towards one another when money, power, and control come into play. And that's why I left it as it is. I believe it's very, very hard to sort of compress a subject like that, which it goes through the aeons as why things are happening and why our Greeks are rebelling, or what is what everybody has to say about the whole movement. But I think that it reflects pretty much what is happening in the given time and space. It's very hard to document what people have within them, because then you would need to answer, and then it would be sort of an interview. And I think in that manner, everybody would fix the answer. I pretty much, I think that if you are there, you can just, concern yourself with what is within your immediate vicinity. It's very hard to cover the whole subject. It would take many hours. I know there is material from the whole process of the 35 days, and while I was there and I was listening to what was going on, and it's very diverse. So that would be another documentary. On this one, I think the main thing about this documentary is it reflects upon the people and how they are, but it's very, very condensed. You have to really know the background in order to understand, okay, this was said, so this comes from that side, or this is said and comes from that side. But no, I think you need more, you need a specific documentary in order to convey what is really going on in Greece right now. What really bothered me in the whole process by the mainstream media while this was going on is the propaganda. What I mean by that is this. Usually what happens is there's a newspaper, not a newspaper, how do you call, there's a spokesman from the channel that is sitting outside the parliament. A parliament spokesman comes out and hands him over this sheet, or he tells him a few things, which in return they go over to and they broadcast this. So this is like propaganda. These are not news. Is I tell you something, you say it to the people. Now TV works very, is our friend, and usually in Greece especially, everybody has the TV on all the time, so there is no filter of what goes in. So this is how I think the propaganda is happening. While you repeat and you repeat and you repeat something, people become very accustomed to it, so it becomes second nature. So you hear from that, oh, there's a problem, there's a crisis, there's a problem, we don't have this, we don't have that, there is measures that are coming, austerity measures. You hear this over a long period of time, so all of a sudden, you accept that this is going to happen. So I think the mainstream media has caused Greeks to become very passive. It's like we lost the war. They keep on saying, they keep on talking about this war that is going on. You hear there is a war, an economic war. They don't tell, well, who is attacking us? And if they're attacking us, tell us what are we going to do. So this is my problem with mainstream media. And when they take the facts, when they go down to a protest, they usually handpick shots and scenes from what is going on. And then, instead of just presenting the news, they go out and they comment on it. And you're always going to hear an anarchist did this, the so-called guys, they burnt down the parliament. And this is a lie. I was over there for those 2 days, and there were older ladies, there were people from all, scenes from society. You could see there were immigrants. Everybody was down there. And it was a celebration, literally, because we thought they're not going to pass the austerity measures. And when this thing started happening, I saw the police officers, for no reason, starting to throw tear gas. For no reason, they would start hitting people. I documented, well, actually, there's two friends of mine that what I did after I shot my movie, I went on the net and I saw what was uploaded, so I contacted all the people, and 5 of them, they responded and they gave me their material, and 2 of them happened to be my friends. So there's documented on this documentary, there's a guy that's saying to a police officer, he does not have a hood on, he does not have a mask on, he's got eyeglasses, and he's telling him, don't hit me. And the other guy just strikes him and breaks his head open. Now, so much for propaganda. I mean, that's why I felt that all this should go out there, and they should see that this was common people, and the police started classing and cracking down on them because they wanted them dispersed. And the media said that it was like 10,000. There were people up to Acropolis. It was 100,000. It was a big crowd. Everybody was on the streets. People came down from all the islands. People came down from northern Greece. So I think, yes, the war right now is being fought and lost in media, because media is a powerful instrument, and it's a means of communication. 20 years ago, Greeks were down on the streets or on the coffee shops. They were newspaper readers. Right now, they're not, that doesn't happen anymore. So the communication means media controls pretty much what is going on.